I'm here with Andrew Cao. He's a lawyer serving Edmonton and surrounding areas. First of all, what makes you unique? What part of law do you practice in?
Well, first off, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate you taking out the time to highlight myself and what I do and how I'm trying to change the legal profession, at least when it comes to real estate law. And it's been a little over 10 plus years of doing this now. When I initially started, it was a little bit of everything because you don't really leave law school being a certain type of lawyer. You take a variety of classes. And then when you go an article, which is kind of like an internship at a law firm, you might start to narrow what you do and what your focus is. And that didn't really happen when I actually articled at a place where I did a whole bunch of criminal law and ironically didn't do any real estate or wills whatsoever. And then when I started the firm that I've been at now for a little over 10 years, I was doing family and personal injury and real estate and wills and just kind of whatever kind of popped up, trying to find my niche. And then in about I would say the 3 to 5 year mark is when I kind of decided that I wanted to stop doing personal injury and family law and then kind of focus on what I found to be the most enjoying. And I guess this is really millennial of me, immediate gratification in terms of helping people and seeing a result, which is them either selling their home or buying their home or getting to move in or refinancing and things like that. So I would say my primary practice area is certainly real estate law. And then I also do wills and estates. And then I also do some business law, mainly incorporating but our firm as a whole does all those things that I just mentioned that I don't do anymore, and a whole bunch more as well.
Oh, awesome. That is very helpful. Thank you.
If I wasn't doing this, I'd be a realtor or a Target or Walmart greeter. Those are my three things I'd be doing if I wasn't doing this.
That's awesome. Andrew, if I was to ask you what you're most proud of when you think about the business that you've created, what really shines through?
I'd have to say now, apart from kind of the longevity, the fact that it's been around 10 plus years now, and I'm still doing this and still enjoying it, and people, whether it be clients, referral partners like realtors, mortgage brokers, having the trust and confidence to come back to me and seek out any legal wisdom that I can provide to them, whether it comes with respect to reviewing a contract or a title or a certain document, and then clients coming back to me and using me for additional purchases or sales or their refinance or asking me to help them with their wills or referring their family to me for whatever the case is. And I mean, I've been fortunate enough to kind of use social media to my advantage in terms of one, finding a lot of good places to eat and things to do in town, but also getting a lot of great clients and meeting a lot of people like yourself over the years. And I guess there's some people who may never need a lawyer at all in their life for the most part, or maybe only once or twice. And the fact that I may have not helped them myself, or they haven't had to use me yet because they haven't had to buy a house or haven't got around to doing will, whatever, but then they see me and they followed me for a long time, and then they reach out to me when they do actually need me or know somebody that does. That
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
absolutely.
That's the most rewarding part is just the fact that people seem to either like what I do or seem to like Andrew as a person, and then when they think about the time that they actually need a lawyer or somebody they know does, then they refer to me, even if they may have never used me before.
Absolutely. And also just to point out, not only are you very visible and present, and I love to watch your posts, but also you're easy to find when you just search in that lawyer guy, there you are. And so I'm very happy that you simplified that for me, for people like me anyway, when I need that lawyer guy. Third and final question, Andrew. If I were to talk to one of your clients, what would they tell me they love most about what you do for them?
I try to pride myself on doing two things that are, um, at least amongst my knowledge of the circle of my peers, a little bit different. Number one, that I'm mobile. So that was kind of my initial claim to fame. I remember back in the day when I was articling and I was doing that criminal law work, there were times where I'd actually drive some of our clients, you know, from the courthouse to wherever they had to go to and things like that. And then that kind of morphed into just me going to starting and seeing clients at their homes, at their offices, the coffee shop. I mean, I've met clients before in like shipping containers at their workplaces. I met them at the drugstores because they got medication and they were sitting around and things had to be done. So I think being mobile has kind of been it's even one, it gets me out of the office and I get to see new parts of the city and I use it as an excuse to go to certain bakeries that I like or restaurants when I'm in that area. So that's been nice. And then the second thing is I like to get involved before somebody even goes to list or purchase a property so that we can collaborate with the realtor, mortgage broker, depending on the circumstances, and just make sure that everything's in order and the deal goes as seamlessly as possible. But in
Yeah.
terms of kind of, apart from those two unique things that I do, a lot of the times the response that I get from clients when I look, just get the feedback that I get from them, or just their emails back, or when I see one of their lovely reviews that they post for me, is the fact that my response speed is so fast. You try not to be attached to your phone, which is hard nowadays, but I'll respond to anybody the second that I get it, as long as I'm not driving or sleeping, pretty much. And
Yeah.
that, whether it's a realtor or mortgage broker, or specifically the client, the worst thing you can do is just kind of sit on something all day long. But there's sometimes where you have to, because you don't have the information to be able
Yeah.
to give to them at the time. But usually when anybody reaches out, as prospective client or somebody I've helped 5, 10 times, I try to give them the answers immediately, and at all hours of the day and night, including weekends and evenings. And so a lot of people are shocked. Wow, you actually responded to me, at 11 o'clock at night. And I'm usually just at that point in time sitting there watching some kind of superhero show or American Idol or Bachelor in Paradise, who knows what. So I mean, the least I can do is respond to them
Yeah.
in a very stressful time, and probably what's the biggest experience of their life. And then you've got other factors too, or maybe they're trying to sell a house at the same time, or unfortunately going through a divorce, or whatever other factors that don't even relate to the house transaction that are making the time even more stressful.
Yeah.
Having a baby, whatever the case is, something going on health wise. So anything we can do to kind of minimize the stress and enhance or expand the experience, that's what I kind of aim to do. And I always look back and say, well, how would I want my real estate purchase or sale or refinance experience to be if I was buying or selling a house? I mean, fortunately, when I bought my house, I was already a lawyer, so
Yeah.
I wasn't my own lawyer, but I learned from a great lawyer, and that's imparted some of the wisdom into me in terms of how I do things now.
Mhm.
You can take all of those experiences and implement them into your daily life, because at the end of the day, you and I both are basically in the service industry,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. And it is about service, and it's about response, and it's about relationship. It's like everything that you're sharing is it speaks for itself. There is value in working with you. And thank you for sharing your passion for what you do, because that's it totally shone through, and it's something that you should be very proud of, because you're working very hard, and you can tell. It's people admire and respect that.
Oh, I appreciate that very much. You never want to do something just for the money, right? So
Yeah.
there's other ways I can make money, like I mentioned, working as the greeter and retiring in California, working at Target all day. That's my end mission. Getting
Mine
this.
too, except it's on a beach somewhere.